before we are going to start explain, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Satrio Jodipati.
My name is Sugiyono.
And my name is Nanang W.N. So we are going to explain about So my name is Satrio Jodipati, and today I'll explain about the listening comprehension. Listening comprehension can divide into three parts. The first one is approach, the second is design, and the third is procedure. So I'll take the approach one. So I will explain about the approach. Approach can divide into two parts. The first one is message factor, and the second is medium factor. The message factor is the current understanding of the nature of listening comprehension. So there are related levels on message factors. The first one is proportional identification. The second is interpretation of illusionary force, and the third is activation of real world knowledge. So if your speakers speak, there are process of the listener. The process the listener is the listener taking around and hold of imagery, and then identifying of the content and the function. Then the third way is constituent are identified, and the fourth and last reconstruct the meaning. So there are a process when the speaker speak and the listener receive what is the meaning of the speaker. So the second is a medium factor. Medium factor is focused on how meaning work. So in meaning of works, there are four parts. The first one is causal basic of speech. In this case, unit of organization of writing is the sentence, and spoken language generally is delivering out. There are two things in causal form basic of speech. The first one is process forms, and the second one is ungrammatical forms. And in prejudice forms, speakers are guided by the to express meaning of effectively. And the second is ungrammatical forms. Effort speakers put into planning and organize the content. And then the additional is the pausing and speech errors, component of human speech. So if the speaker speak, there are a speed of faster or slower, so the listener can receive what is the speaker means. And there is a rate of delivery. In this case, a perception of the pace of speech. And then there is a rhythm and stress pattern of the spoken English distinctive features. So the next is a cohesive device. The cohesive device is a mechanism for making grammatical. So if we are speak, there are a tense for the way we are speak. In this case, the listener can understood what is the meaning of the speak. So where is the speaker say, and when the tragic can happen. So the next is information content. The information content is the content of the speak. So it's very important for us to understand what is the information can get from the speaker. And the last is interactive. Interactive conversation is interactive. In this case, indicated by the gesture, movement, gaze, and facial expression. So that is all information about the approach.
Well, for the next, I'm going to discuss about designs. What designs is? Design is something that really important before we are teaching our students as a teacher. So they need to design some things to identify what the teachers need. And then the second is need assessment. Need assessment is something to identify the students, what the students need, so the teachers can prepare some things before the teachers teach their students. And the third is taxonomy. Taxonomy is something is look like the lesson plans what the teacher is going to use to teach their student. For the example, when the teacher is going to teach a listening skill, maybe the teachers can use some approach is like teaching listening skill by children's songs. So in children's song, it's really important for students to improve their vocabulary, but it's really useful also for their listening skill. And the last one is the diagnostic. Diagnostic is something is like exam for the last course what the students get from the course. So that's all about the explanation from the science. Thank you.
Well, in this part, I'm going to tell explanation about the procedure in the listening comprehension in course design. In teaching listening comprehension, our aim is to provide opportunities for the learner to acquire particular micro skills, those individual listening activities that we have identified and use in specifying particular teaching objective. In this procedure in the listening comprehension will be divided in three parts. The first is input micro skill tasks, and the second is exercise types, and the last is the criteria for selecting and evaluating tasks. The first is input micro skill tasks. In examining procedure for teaching listening comprehension, we will focus on some general source criteria that can be applied to the evaluation on exercise in the classroom. And the second is the criteria for evaluating activities and exercise. In the teaching listening skills, our aim is to provide comprehensive focus input the purposeful listening tasks and develop comprehensive in particular listening activities. And the last is exercise types. There are essential important things in the exercise type, which is the matching of distinguish. The second is transferring, transcribing, scanning, extending, condensing, answering, and predicting. So that's all is the important element of the procedure in listening comprehension course design. So thank you.
And that is all information that we can share for you. Thank you for watching this video.